So, what are the three biggest reasons that most startups are not getting customers? Thank you for putting your information in. My name is Keith. You can read about me below, but the short answer is I run Co-Founder Club, a community for entrepreneurs, and of course, Startup Sales Mastery, which is my, sales and Startup Sales Mastery, which is how I show all of you lovely entrepreneurs, founders, startup tech people. This is how I do what I do. This is how I get customers. And today on this quick video, you've been good enough to click the link. I'm going to share with you the three biggest reasons that most people don't get customers. Now, there's quite a few reasons. If you look down, you'll see I've created a program, Startup Sales Mastery, the first part of the program. And effectively what this is for is I'm just going to walk you step by step the process of getting customers. I'm only going to share the top three here, and you're going to get an email shortly. And I'm actually going to share the first part of this video backing everything up. Now, that's a 30-minute video. This will be faster. So I'm really going to make good on this. Welcome to my office. There's people in the background. It's a madhouse. But again, I want you to get the real answer. None of this big sales pitch. This is what we need to do. The answer is going to be this: customer. Know your customer. Okay? Customer persona, customer pain, customer journey. You can nail those three things, everything else falls into place. Again, if you look down, I put it all on the same page. I'm making it real simple, real transparent. First thing, who is my customer? The second thing is, what is my solution? How am I solving this for my customer? The third thing is the market. Okay, what's going on in the market and how can I use that to my advantage? And only then do we actually start creating campaigns. And when people think of campaigns, they think of marketing campaigns. When I think of a campaign, to clarify, I'm a sales guy. Me, a campaign, how are we closing customers, not generating leads? I'll let the marketing guys do that. So when I talk about a campaign, we're going to close some customers, we're going to get some money. And then of course, I have a whole host of bonuses, and there's survey campaigns and tools and all this other stuff. But let's bring it right on back to the purpose of this conversation. Inside the members area is the full thing step by step, but here we go. Customers. Okay, I'm just going to lay it all out for you, make it simple. Don't worry, don't panic. I know how you feel. I've been there before. I've been doing this for many years. Take a pen, piece of paper, get ready to write some notes. It's going to sound, I've heard this before, but trust me, most people do not do it. Number one, customer persona. Now, depending on the type of business you have, you're going to say this doesn't apply to me. Let me say it does apply to you. It always applies to you. There are different things. So if you're in e-commerce, it'll be more of a customer avatar. If you're in like enterprise buyer persona. There's ideal customer profiles. So there is a little bit of wiggle room in what you're trying to do. But what's really, really important here is that you're actually able to identify who is my customer, not who are my customers, plural, but who is my best customer. Okay? And the best customer is not the customer that you want. This is really, really important. It is the customer that you can best solve with pain, with a problem. Really important to get that part right, because later on in the members area, I go through this whole concept that you really want to find people who are actually prepared to pay you to solve your problem. So when you're doing this process, come up with all the different types of people that you're looking to serve, you're looking to help. They could be industries. So if it's a particular industry, excellent. And then go into that industry. Who within that industry is your customer? Is it the CEO? Is it the CFO? Is it the head of recruitment? Is it the head of recruitment in a company that has 200 people or 50 people or 5 people? Is it a retail shop and you want to supply them your amazing marketing campaign services? Is it whatever it is? Be specific. Now, the best way to do this is, of course, the customer avatar, where you just give this person a name. For me, for example, again, if I don't get you right, That's okay. Don't be upset. But with Startup Sales Mastery, who is my exact customer persona? Well, I have many, like I'm sure you have, but my best one, the person who really, really needs my help, and trust me, I know this from years running customer co-founder club, is the early stage tech entrepreneur. You've gotten up and running. You have a team of 2 to 3 people. I'm going to call you John just because I think of you and I think of John and I visualize you. You know, you're a good tall man. You're a good looking guy. No problem getting the girls. And as I said, you have that team and you're probably in some sort of a small workspace and you've got an application. You actually have a SaaS application, software as a service. You've spent the last year or two getting some, customers and trial runs. You've now got 6 customers, pushing towards the 10 mark, and this is all from your contacts connections. And now you're starting to figure out, okay, how do I actually get this up and running? I've proven the concept, I've proven the pricing, people will pay, the validity is there, validation is there. How do I actually now start creating, sales campaigns? How do I start getting customers? This is my customer persona, and I have 5 or 6 of them, just like you'll have 5 or 6, but that is my primary customer persona. When I make my ads, when I have my conversations, this is who I'm targeting. I'm targeting that person. And again, if you fall outside that category, it's okay. You're still welcome. I help all entrepreneurs. There's no problem here. Tech, and then within tech, we have SaaS, software as a service. You really want to get specific, because the more specific you get, the more you can pinpoint these problems. And that brings me on to part 2, our customer persona. And I keep these parts separate so there's no confusion. Who is my perfect customer and what is their pain? Okay. Now you see in that example I just gave you, I sort of started going into, the problems that they have, they really need to get up and running. But that pain is deeper, okay? Because in my situation, this customer persona, this ideal customer persona, John has a dream. John has a vision, like I had and many other people had, to be self-employed. This is what drives him. This is what gets him up the night. The worst fear for John is being stuck in an office working for some guy. Please, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. Can I have this, sir? Can I take a break, sir? And making a mediocre, 5, 6 thousand a month. It sounds good, but John wants to make millions. John wants to really, establish himself as a big man in the business world. And this is what drives him. He wants to look his wife in the eye, his friends in the eye, and they say, what's going on with you? Me? My business is killing it. It's kicking ass. John wants to drive an Audi or a BMW. I'm still not sure because he likes both cars, but he really likes the finer things. Even Mercedes, he has his eye on, and he wants to be in a nice penthouse, and he really wants to establish his life's, dreams and goals, and just be up there in the industry. Not so much because he wants the money, but because he really, really wants, to feel like he's succeeded in this world. And for that, the one thing that's actually stopping him is just how does he get that machine to start? Once he can just get it started, then he can throw money at the marketing team. He can start building. He can get investors. He can do everything. It's just this one damn area that's just pissing him off. And he's been at this for months, some, almost years. And it's really, really hurting him. And all he wants is just, how the hell do I fix this? Okay. I don't want to hear any more of this sales guru stuff. I don't want to hear any more of that. I don't want to, anything. I don't have the big budgets. I just desperately need to solve this problem. Now, this is my customer persona. Again, I have 6 customer personas, okay? And I choose one, my primary customer persona. We're calling him John. I know John's pain, okay? John has 3 different pains I've identified. Maybe you have 3 different pains. Maybe you have more pain than that. But I'm giving you the example from his primary pain, okay? I mentioned slight variations in that pain, but one pain. Now, this is really, really important because this is how you do serious, campaigning. It's like fishing. You put the right bait out, you get the right fish in. You put random bait out, you'll get pretty much nothing. What are you going after? So we know what we're going after. We know what they want from us. Customer journey. Where are our customers hanging out? Now, this sounds simple. Okay, people are like, "Ooh, okay, we need marketing budgets and we got to get investments. We need, a whole marketing team and we're going to do big ads and we're going to do big this." This doesn't actually have to cost money. At the beginning, this shouldn't cost money. If you want to do a little bit of money just to accelerate things, fine. But, the customer journey, where are they hanging out? Now, there's a few steps to the customer journey. I'm just going to talk you through the basics from the beginning. If you want the full thing, go into the Startup Sales Mastery program, go into the members area. You'll see it's not exactly expensive. I actually see it as a donation as opposed to actually buying something. I mean, with respect, thousands of dollars you're going to spend with any other consultant, including myself. If you want to book time with me, I'm sorry, that's what I charge, and phone calls are going to have to wait while I'm editing and videoing. um, the journey. Are these guys hanging out in Facebook groups? Are they hanging out in LinkedIn groups? You're going after C-level people. Maybe they're hanging out in Chamber of Commerce. Maybe they're reading the Irish Times or the New York Times or the whatever the British Times may be. Um, Maybe they're listening to this one influencer who's on the, podcasting every single day. Where can you go to intersect them? Maybe there's a big trade show and you don't have any money, but there's nothing wrong with standing outside that trade show with a big t-shirt saying who you are and what you're doing and shaking people's hands. Or if you do have money, walking in and shaking people's hands, same thing. Maybe you can get what's it called? A booth. I don't even know where that word went. Maybe you're selling something B2C. And it's like, but Keith, that doesn't apply to B2C. Okay, when I was a very young man, 16, 17, getting into the sales profession at the very, very beginning, I did what we used to do back in the day, which is cold calling. Now, there's two types of cold calling. One is going on to, Google, YouTube, any of these, going and getting some phone numbers, getting lists of people and just hitting them. The other is knocking on doors. Go to a residential area. When I was younger, I sold electricity and I sold broadband, and I just used to knock on doors. Hi, how are you? We're promoting this product. You need to be a little bit cute when you do this stuff, make it seem less salesy, but it can be done. Now, this is just where are my customers? Boom, the customer journey begins. You can do, as I mentioned, the cold calling. If you're selling, let's say, retail shops, Facebook, go onto Facebook. You can do I think it's the marketplace, or I forget exactly the feature, but you can find out the list of all the pages of people, in this particular area, and they're all advertising their names and phone numbers. Hi, how are you? And then give your pitch, give it hell. Now, elevator pitches and all this other stuff, step-by-step instructions I go through in this program. There's very little left to the imagination. But if I'm to answer the question, the reason you actually came here, okay, what are the three number one reasons that most startups fail to get customers? It's always going to come down to those three things. Your sales skills, don't worry too much about them. That's for, increasing the hit rate, the hit. So you may speak to, 100 people to close one. I'll speak to 10 people to close one because I'm a little better than you. But why is my phone going? You see, this is welcome to my office. When I'm not in the studio, it's just going to go nonstop. These are the three really, really serious reasons. And a lot of people that I speak to, now I'm saying this for a reason, they tell me, I know my persona, I know what it is. No, you don't. And the reason I'm saying that to them and I'm saying that to you right now, the reason I'm saying all of that to you, this is going to keep happening and keep going off. You need to go and check that that persona wants what you have. This is the final part. So always double check that part. Ask them. And if it's not happening, you got the wrong customer persona. There's ways to see through this. So there are the three things. Number one, who is your ideal customer, your perfect customer? Number two, what is their problem? And number three, what is the journey? If you can figure out those three things and get those three things right, you are completely set to go get customers. You want to know the rest of the stuff? As I said, I invite you to click on the link. I really hope this video helped. Good luck, and I hope to see you in the members area.